Hello, everybody. How are you doing on this fine Sunday evening? We're back in the season. Lots of fun stuff to talk about. Maybe not so fun, but let's not get carried away. It's not too bad. But obviously, we've got a lot to talk about. Some fun things, you guys in the chat to get involved and all that kind of stuff. But somebody's back in the groove. So everybody say hi to everybody's favorite uncle, Uncle Ed. He's back.
Peter, we're back, and I'm back from Ecuador too because this is my first show since I lost. I missed 2 shows.
It's good. It's good that they let you back in the country.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
especially with them, with people, seeing the fact that you wore an Ecuador shirt when you should have been wearing, or not a Barcelona shirt when you should have been wearing an Inter Miami shirt. I mean, they could have flagged you at the Miami airport.
Well, they did. I am getting a little hate because of that, but the thing is, that was my childhood team. So yeah, and I didn't want to get jumped.
You know what you do is you wear you wear both. You put one underneath, and whoever's winning, or whatever, I don't know, you could flip it around. You do the double.
Yeah, the funny thing is, there was a shirt that was half Inter Miami and half Barcelona.
Yeah,
I wanted to buy one of those, but the thing is, I was afraid of getting out of the car and then getting jumped. So
you make Ecuador sound inviting.
It is pretty dangerous. At least the city where it was at is one of the most dangerous cities in South America. So yeah. I wasn't sure about getting out. If I would have gone to another city in the country, I would have been safer. But that's not one of the safest.
Yeah. That reminds me of when I was in Brazil, and I went to a game and I saw Paraná, which is a lower level team, but this year they were in Serie A, right? They were in the top flight at that time, but right now they don't have any money. They suck. But they were playing Santos. And I went to the Paraná Stadium, but I bought a Santos shirt, and because they were the bigger name club, and I felt like it. And my brother-in-law, who I was with, basically was saying, because Santos won the game, they were saying, you either take that shirt or you off, or I had a jacket on. And he's like, or you close up that jacket because we won't make it to the car.
You close up that jacket?
I did. I zipped it up, and all that kind of stuff. Because sometimes in South America it's a little bit different. Here somebody might just give you a hard time, but you may not make it out. Anyways.
Yeah. You gotta be careful.
Fun stuff. All right. Before we get too far, let's say a thank you to our sponsor, and that is Caneswear. Caneswear is located in Davie, Florida, just south of 595 on University Drive. Get all your Inter Miami gear. Support a local business. So go to Caneswear in the store or go to caneswear.com if it's too far for you to drive. All orders over $99 ship for free. And you can also you can leave a voicemail. We haven't done the voicemail thing in a while. I haven't promoted it in a while. But 786-474-4435 if you want to get in and leave a voicemail. Of course, you can always chat and stuff like that. So let's say hello to a few of you in the chat, and then we'll get to your comments and stuff like that. But we see Garcia's in here. Kevin Gonzalez is here. We'll get to your comments in a minute. Mr. Krabs is here. Young 305 Easy. Francisco is here. And Messi Miami. Might need to move some of these things up. And then Aloha. Boss Daddy saying aloha. Boss Daddy's here. So all right. So obviously the start of the MLS season didn't look like Inter Miami was quite ready for the start of the MLS season, Ed.
Peter, well, the good thing is it's the first game only, and we had to go against probably one of the top contenders for the championship this year, LAFC. I mean, they're one of the top teams, man, I'm not too worried just yet. I think we've got some time still for the team to get to know each other. I mean, if you want to jump into the game, we can start doing that. But
Well,
I'm not too worried just yet.
yeah, I mean, with I had mentioned, and I don't know if you were on the show when I was saying this, or it was one of my solo shows, but I kind of looked at the first 3 games of this MLS season as just extended preseason, because they stated the most important thing. Jorge Mas stated the most important thing was CONCACAF Champions Cup, and so really, this is just an extension of the preseason, because you have plenty. If whatever happens with CONCACAF Champions Cup, whether they win it or lose it, they have plenty of time after that tournament's over, really, to make up any lost time in MLS. The MLS season is very forgiving. So you have a lot of time to make this kind of game up. Like, oh, it's an embarrassing loss. Well, you can make it up later, right? There's other teams you'll beat later on down the line, and all you have to do is get in the playoffs and then go on a good run. So yeah, I look at this as they brought in a lot of new players, and they haven't gelled yet. And then even some of the players, like Allende barely practiced with the team because we had several visa issues, right? Bertarame, he played a little bit, one preseason game, but he, obviously hasn't had a lot of time with the team either because of visa issues. So all these players, took a while for them to get in. But yeah, it was a frustrating game. And
It was Peter Brown.
as Kevin says, it was shameful start to the season for Inter Miami. LAFC put on a clinic last night and was deserving of the win. And then Messi's issue of the game after the game didn't help. We'll get into that in a minute. I've got the video. We'll look at that in a little bit.
Yeah. Like I said before, I'm not too worried just yet. I think we dominated. We held onto the ball most of the time. We just didn't create the chances that we should have. Like you said, a lot of the players were off. Berterame was up there, but I think he only got one clear chance, that header in the second half. Allende also, he should have been a starter, but like you said, he didn't practice that much. Um, so yeah, there are things. I wasn't too convinced with DePaul either. He doesn't look like he's going to be the replacement for Busquets at all. Also, who else? The back line looked, they looked off. St. Clair was terrible. My goodness,
Yeah. So
what's up with St. Clair?
Yeah, let's pick apart some of those things. St. Clair and Mike V is commenting a little bit on that, saying disrespect shown to Rocco, who is an MLS champion keeper, is why Dane St. Clair is going to flop. Rocco will be the starter before the summer. Ooh. So, I mean, look, the way I feel about Rocco was he had a good run and he did what he needed to do, to help us win the championship. But I never felt super confident with him. And Dane St. Clair is MLS goalie of the year. But that does raise a little bit of a question. I saw somebody, and I think it was somebody from Minnesota, that basically was saying that now you'll see Dane St. Clair's true colors as a keeper, that the back line at Minnesota made him look good. That maybe he's not as good as we think. That was just this one person's kind of comment, and that they're a Minnesota fan, so they've watched him way more than, say, I have. So, yeah, I mean, is he maybe? I mean, what the hell was? I mean, he was just a mess, and he didn't look good in preseason either.
No, that's another thing. In Ecuador, he didn't look that great. I saw the other friendly games as well. He didn't look that great. I mean, somebody's saying that there's a Spanish language barrier, but I don't think
I
that's
don't
it.
buy
I
that.
just think
I don't buy that.
he's just he was out of that second goal was terrible, man. I mean, yeah, I just don't think he's as great as that they say he is.
It's possible.
But he did stop. I mean, you know, I follow Minnesota a little bit, and I don't think their defense was that great. I think he was in the right place at the right time, and he was able to he got a lot of shots against him. and he was
Mhm.
able to block a whole bunch of them. That's why his statistics are pretty high. But man, he's yeah, I'm not convinced, man. I'm worried.
Yeah, and he came here. St. Clair came here basically to be on a bigger stage. And it's actually a good test because he's a keeper that I think probably has eyes on going over to Europe like so many American keepers do. And 'cause he was one MLS goalkeeper of the year. What's the next step, right? It's like, okay, I'm going to move up. And he still had obviously one more year on his contract. We got that. But well, what? Yeah, I think that was it. Anyways, we got him for 1 year. And he obviously wants to be on a bigger stage so that if there is a European interest, more people will see him. But man, they saw him last night, and if there were any interest, that door may be closing unless he turns it around. Now it's early, and like, oh yeah, Mr. Krabs says St. Clair still needs to mesh, I guess. And of course, I mean everybody does. This entire team. I was saying to you, I think chatting during the game, is a team needs to gel. They still looked like they weren't gelling, but when St. Clair was like, there was, what was it, the third goal when he was so far up, and it was just kind of like lost out there, And I understand keepers do play up out of the box from time to time, that far up, but when you're getting beat all game, your defense is getting beat all game by fast through balls past the defense. You keeper can't stay that far up, man. And then there was that play where the ball didn't go in the net or anything, but it almost did. It kind of like he was out of position, missed something. It bounced off of like Falcone's chest or something. Like he stopped
Falcone.
it from going in the
Yeah.
goal, and then St. Clair just basically picked it up off his chest. I mean, that looked bad. I mean, he was out of position quite a bit.
Yeah, he looked. He was fumbling. He was. I was nervous, man. And I don't. What you think about the defense? I mean, Falcone. They looked all right. The Brazilian guy, I think he got beat a couple times by
Yeah.
um who was it? I forget which was the player that he was trying to cover, but um it was so so, man. I mean, I think we definitely need these guys to get used to each other because it looked bad. I mean, uh, we held on to the ball, but then weren't able to do much with it. And the field was shorter. I mean, not shorter. It wasn't wide enough
Mm-hmm.
like we're used to. That could have been a factor, but I mean, we've got players, and I think that's why they put in Suarez because he usually thrives in small, in fields that are like that because of he does the 1-2 touches with Messi, but that wasn't even happening. I mean, LA was all over the place. They were defending well, and we didn't get that as many chances as we probably should have.
No, we had I think 3 shots on goal. That's pretty bad. But you're
Very.
asking about the defense. You know, Frey got well, so did Mura. Both of them. I mean, got abused when Mura came in. Now Mura looked better on the moving forward, but he's slow coming back. He is slow. And Bawanga was just having a field day on those guys.
Yeah, yeah. So
He,
I don't know. I don't
as
know.
I'm watching Bawanga, I'm like, man, we tried to get him. They tried, Inter Miami tried to get him. I mean,
That he
he
would have
is,
been great.
yeah, him and Son together. I mean, they're a good team. And look, they played in the CONCACAF Champions Cup earlier in the week, and they beat, I forgot who they played, but they beat a team 6-1. I
Yeah,
watched
yeah. So
some of
these
that
guys.
game, and I fell asleep at when it was like 4-0. I was like, whatever. I kind of fell asleep, but and then you're talking about the defense. I mean, like, okay, obviously we have one player that they brought in that he's still hurt. I was surprised that Frey started over Mura. I got a feeling that won't be the case in this next game because even though I'm a Frey fan, I think Mura did add more on the attack side. He did get into that a little bit more. But I would assume that Mura's probably going to start in the Orlando game. but also the midfield. I mean, we always focus on the defense, but the midfield didn't help the defense. I mean, the defense has to start there, start at the top. But I mean, what a waste of money DePaul is. I've been saying it
That's
for a while now, but what a waste of money.
yeah. He just doesn't look. I mean, he lost one of the goals. Was his fault. I
Yep.
think the first one.
Yep.
And yeah, he was just. He's definitely not a replacement for
Busquets.
Busquets. Um, Man, who else can I name that didn't look good? I mean, everybody didn't look good.
Yeah, I
Even
mean,
Messi was losing the ball.
right. And they couldn't figure out a way to get Bertarame into the game really much. And everybody seems to be very high on him. Like all the pundits are like saying, I think on the broadcast, they're saying that they expect him to score like 20 goals. All the pundits think he could be the Golden Boot winner. So,
Yeah.
But they've got to figure out a way to get him the ball. What I want to see is Messi playing deeper. When we were winning in the playoffs and then in the MLS Cup, I mean, Messi was playing a little bit deeper, doing that more false nine thing, and we did look a little bit better when Allende came in, and that's
Yes.
also part of that secret sauce that got us to the championship.
Yeah, I think Allende being in there is essential. They had the Venezuelan guy, forgot his name right now. But he's probably not going to start. I'd probably imagine Allende once he's warmed up, and a
Yep.
lot's going to be the chemistry between him, Messi, and Berterame for sure. They're going to have to find ways of rotating probably. It'll be interesting to see, man. I think, and maybe even get Suarez in there towards the end of the games. He might be the solution if we're in a tight spot, and if we just want to attack without worrying about defending. But I don't know. There's a lot of people that I've been talking to that just want like Eloso Marco's been saying he wants Suarez just to retire already because you just can't do much. Well, it might
Neither
be
could
true.
anybody else. You can't blame Suarez on that game. When
Oh,
did he come
yeah.
in? I forgot what minute he came in, but what was it,
Yeah,
like
pretty late. Yeah, he came in
80th
late.
minute, 70th minute, maybe at the earliest? I can't
Yeah.
remember the time he came in, but um, Suarez is perfect in his current position. I love the fact that he's obviously like he knew signing his new contract that he was going to be a bench player because that's what happened in the playoff run, and it worked. And so he obviously knew what his role is going to be, and he was willing to put his name on paper and agree to the new contract, with obviously that being the kind of the deal. Like he's gonna come off the bench, and he had a bunch of goals last year and assists. He is still productive. I mean, I'm glad he's in the position he's in now, though. I want him to be come off the bench guy and then do
Right.
something, and hopefully, So here, EMZX said 80th minute. Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember the exact minute, but I remember it was late in the game.
It was
Um,
late.
yeah. Julio is saying RDP is definitely not making the cut. Allende should start. Well, Allende should start, but he's not going to start in place of DePaul.
No, I think they're two different statements. But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah, Allende would go in
DePaul,
for what? For Segovia would probably come out and he'd put
Segovia.
in,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he'd probably take out Segovia and put in just like that happened in the game. Um, oh, you're welcome. Messi Miami says thank you for the stadium video. You're welcome.
It's a good one, Peter. You did really well.
It was long. I was trying, some of the shots that I did in that video were like long, and I would normally think could be boring because but in my mind, I was like, we're only going to see this stadium like this once.
Yeah,
And so let me make it as long and slow and as I feel like, right? And just because, it's we're only going to see it in that situation once. So anyways,
yeah. It's gonna be. it's going to be tough to get over. We're not going to have very many more construction videos, Peter. It's what we got, one or two left, maybe before April, maybe
I mean,
three.
yeah. I mean, in theory, we would have the March one, and then we'd probably be done. But I think we need to squeeze in an extra one in there.
We'll squeeze some more in, man, and
Yeah,
hopefully, I've seen a lot of people getting inside the stadium. I'm gonna
I don't
reach
care.
out to people to see. I mean, come on, man. I mean, people that shouldn't even be in there. Why aren't we in there?
I don't care. I don't care at this point. I don't care. We'll be inside the stadium soon enough. I don't care.
That's true. We'll give you
Yeah.
an inside view pretty soon.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I like how it. I don't. I'm not the kind of person that wants to beg and complain, or also I don't want to be um, jealous of somebody else. I like how it happened previously, and is when we at Chase Stadium is that they saw us that one day. You just it's funny because most of the videos of that one I did by myself, but you showed up on a few of them, and you showed up one time on the right day, right? Because that was when we
Yeah,
got the
yeah,
golf cart tour, and that was not
yeah.
planned. So
That
that
was
was cool how
awesome.
it just happened organically. But it was going back to the game. I put this comment up, but I didn't mention it because you were on a roll. But Mike V had said the issue wasn't the defense. The issue is the midfield. There's a gap between the midfield and the defense, and we kept getting caught flat-footed. I agree because we always blame the defense. And I've said this before. No matter who we put in the defense, we have the same problem. So it's clearly tactics or, I mean, sometimes it could be a defender. Like, look, there's certain defenders that had to be replaced and you can always upgrade. But I'm curious to see they spent what I think it was like what was it like $2 million on that kid Ayala from Portland.
Yeah,
I want to see him. I mean, we haven't
yeah,
really seen him in the preseason either, except for a little bit.
yeah.
What's the deal with that? I mean, everybody spoke very, very highly of this guy in Portland. Let's see what he could do. And here's the thing: is that what stinks though is you're because I think he's more central, so that means you're taking out Bright because they're not taking out RDP. You know,
Right,
I just don't know
right.
if
And that,
does Mascherano have the balls? We've said this before. Does he have the balls to like sit Rodrigo de Paul?
he might, man. I mean, Rodrigo's not doing that great, and
And he
and I
sat
mean,
Torres, so yeah,
yeah, Bright wasn't that great either, though. He
nobody
did
was.
some plays, recovering the ball, and sometimes, but he it was pretty lackluster as well. So, I mean, there's a chance right there for Ayala to get in there,
Yeah,
replacing
but
one of the two. But I agree, they'll probably take out Bright.
and again, the way I look at these games right now, we don't ever want to lose. But now, if Champions Cup is your priority, now is the time to tinker. So when they go to Orlando, why not give Ayala a start in whatever
Yeah,
position you're putting him in? Figure it out. Whether if you're going to put him on the wing and take out, you know, um, you know, Silvetti or whoever you're going to take out. I mean, or if he's going to play for Bright, which I think is more where he should be. But let's see the kid because if you're getting play around, you only have a couple games because then you're going to be facing more than likely Nashville in the CONCACAF Champions Cup, and we've had a lot of big games against Nashville, and we should be able to beat them, of course. But I mean, we've had a lot of big moments against them in tournaments, so
yeah,
it wouldn't be easy. So you need to figure it out now.
that's true. Now's the time to do it. And did you hear talk about midfielders? There's talk about another player, another Brazilian. I believe he's Brazilian, Casemiro. Have you heard about him?
Well, he's from Santos. Is that the Santos guy?
I'm not sure he's with
There
Santos
was,
right now. I think he's
yeah, I don't remember what. Yeah, I remember there.
he's still
Yes, I
in
did hear
Europe.
about somebody.
He's still in Europe, I believe. But interesting. He's a big profile player. But how would they make that work? That I always scratch my head when they talk about these big time players, and they're probably gonna want money, and unless they come in as a TAM or GAM or whatever it's called.
That's the only way. Casemiro is. Where is he currently playing? Current teams: Manchester United.
There you go.
But I think didn't I read that he was on loan somewhere? I don't know.
I think he's not playing. But yeah, he look at that. Casemiro's salary in Premier League is 20 million.
Yeah, we're not getting him.
What?
But see, that's the thing is you can't take a lot of these rumors that pop up. You got to take it with a grain of salt because everybody's rumor. But these people that throw out these rumors don't necessarily understand the league and the rules of the league. He that would make him a DP. You don't have a available DP spot.
Yeah, like they were saying, I just saw another rumor that Campana was going to Emelec in Ecuador. Like, that's not going to happen.
Is that a step down? Is that a step down for him or a step up?
Of course, it's a step down. Yeah, going back to Ecuador, especially
and also Emelec, right? You don't like Emelec.
The only one happy would be Ricky.
Right.
Ricky Ricardo.
Yeah.
He'd be the only one happy, but that's not going to happen.
Some saying that Casemiro is a big player in United. Eric Thomas checking in. Haven't seen him in a while.
Ooh, Eric Thomas. We got to get him to move over here.
Yeah. Anyways, let's talk about this. This thing happened. So there's a quick little video of Messi.
No, don't. And he went in anyway.
Yeah, reportedly going into where the referees are, and a big deal was made out of it on social media. And you see, he quickly walked out. He just walked in, walked out. Let me actually just loop that, so we could just play it while we talk.
I love how Suarez is trying to hold him back. He's like, no, I'm going in.
It's funny is Suarez is the one that usually does the dumb stuff, but here's like,
yes.
No.
Like, don't. He's like, I think Messi right there was saying, I don't want to play Orlando City again. So, at all. So, because I don't think he's played away games.
He's never played in their stadium, at least. I know that.
Even though it's called Inter Stadium or whatever.
Inter and Co. Yeah.
Yeah,
you see the referees going there. So the whole drama around it is that he followed the referees in, and he the thought was that he went into the referee's locker room. We don't know this building, so clearly that may be a door to a hallway that then goes to a referee's door. So if I'm just guessing, because the reports are out of ESPN that he did not go into the referee's room, and he will not be fined or anything. So my thinking is Suarez did in fact stop him before he got to the actual locker room for the refs. Yeah. Like that must be the door to the hallway that then takes you to the locker room for the refs. But so it looks like Suarez was the hero, and he did in fact stop him.
He stopped him, and now that means Messi will have to play against Orlando in Orlando.
Yeah. Here, you were saying that Eric needs to move down here. He says he needs us to crowdsource money for a moving truck. Well, I see it says, as far as this video goes, it looks really bad, except the loss. Well, that is one thing, is these our Barcelona players, our Barca boys or whatever, all of them were very poor losers. Whenever something happened, they were all bad losers. Last year, you'd see Busquets and Suarez, all of them getting all worked up. They were all bad. And so, the complaint is that Messi got roughed up, that he got his neck hurt. And look, the way I saw that neck thing is he kind of just fell into the guy. I don't know. Right. Stuff happens, but
it didn't look like, it wasn't that, at least that one wasn't anything intentional. Get fouled, he got roughed up a bit, but I don't think anything to write home about.
Exactly. But Messi's biggest defenders, are all screaming that the referee was bad and that and that is not why we lost this game. We had over
Right.
65% of the possession and couldn't do anything with it. That's why we lost the
Yeah.
game. Good
Yeah.
ref or bad ref, they're not putting the ball in the back of the net for you, right? So,
Right.
but this
Ah,
does
the
this.
best team won. Unfortunately,
This is
that's
the
how it
kind of
is.
thing, though. You could look at this and it's like, hey, this is a bad look, or
Yeah.
you can look at this as that it just gives more fuel to the fire for us to be villains. And we should relish in being the league villains, right? Everybody hates us, and let's just own it, right? And so this actually adds a little more fuel because now people can go online and saying Messi's a baby and he can't take a loss and all that kind of stuff. It just gives people more reason to hate us. And that's okay. And you know
Right.
what it also might do? It might fire him up a little bit. So now when he does have to play Orlando, because he's, here, Pedro says that Suarez was the MVP. Exactly.
Yeah, he was. He did the save. That's
And look,
crazy.
Mike V is saying basically what I was saying. I feel bad for Orlando. They are getting mad Messi.
And Messi's gonna want to win, I think. Yeah, they're gonna want to make up the lost ground against LAFC. But talk about LAFC, man. They look great, man, and they are definitely, all the what all the hype is about. I think they're, gonna give us a run for our money if we do eventually meet them in the final. I mean, the only other game we'd be able to play them would be the final at this stage. There's
Yeah.
no game over here in South Florida. So they've got that on us. They've they'll be able to say, hey, we beat them once, we could do it again.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, that Sun Belonga combo is so lethal. They look so good. They're going to be fun to watch. I mean, I may try to watch as many of the LA games as I can just because they're fun to watch. So
Yeah.
you know, just reading some comments. And yeah, a lot of the pundits were saying that this basically is the MLS Cup final. Like this is what people expect to see in that final at the end of the season. So who knows? Who knows if it happens or not? Anything can happen. It's a long season. Injuries can happen. Bad luck. All that kind of stuff can happen. But they definitely look really, really good. They look like as far as winning CONCACAF Champions Cup, the CONCACAF Champions Cup right now, all the MLS teams looked good except for I think there was one game where it did not look so good. But
Yeah.
yeah, we can actually look at that. The I gotta move something out of the way. So we had where's the MLS teams? Where did they come in? Here, Nashville beat Ottawa. LAFC killed Real España 6-1. FC Cincinnati beat OSNM 4-0. Philadelphia 5-0 against Defense Force. With a name like Defense Force, you'd figure they'd have a defense, but they didn't. Yeah, here's the game that didn't go so well was Whitecaps zero
Whitecaps.
zero, and then also LA Galaxy, which I watched that Galaxy game, and it's like Galaxy were no good last year, so it's not a surprise that they didn't do well. But
Right, right.
you know,
But those are away games, so
but still,
Vancouver's gonna be, yeah.
all these were away games. LA
Oh yeah, they
away
were.
still killed it. Nashville away killed it. Cincinnati killed it away.
Cincinnati.
All of them they're doing what
Philly.
teams generally in the MLS can't do, and that is win away in the
Right.
CONCACAF Champions Cup. Generally, that's the issue is winning away, and they're doing it. This could be the
It's
year
true.
of an MLS team winning it.
Well, hopefully it will be, and hopefully it'll be Inter Miami because I will not accept any other team winning other than ours. By golly.
Yeah, and San Diego. I thought they had. Yeah, they had beat Pumas 4-1, and then they lost to Pumas, but still they
Oh,
ended
they
up moving.
advanced.
They would still advance though. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, they advanced. That's cool.
Yeah,
Awesome.
because they did a really good job at home
Yeah, yeah, and I'm surprised that Club America tied at home
against
against
Olympia.
Olympia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
So good stuff there.
Yeah, yeah.
But watching yesterday's game, it does give you pause for like, hey, how well are we gonna do in that tournament? Because we have just a few weeks to get this thing figured out. And Orlando, I watched a little bit of that game. That it was Red Bulls against Orlando, and that was
Yeah.
actually Red Bulls. It was what's his name? Michael Bradley's first game as a head coach. So he's now the head coach of New York Red Bulls, and they beat Orlando, but Orlando 2-1 in the second half looked dangerous. They've got a few new Brazilian players that were fast and pretty good. They didn't look good in the first half, but in the second half, I had it on and I was just kind of watching it in the background every once in a while as I was doing things.
Yeah. You closet Orlando fan, you.
I always watch the next opponent. Whatever our next opponent is, I'm always going to watch that game.
Well, where did they play, Peter?
What's that?
Where did they play in Orlando?
Yeah. They played in Orlando.
So they play two. They're going to lose 2 games in a row in Orlando.
We
That's
would
what you're
hope.
telling
We would hope. I want to go to that Orlando game, but I just don't know. I don't know.
You can do it.
Well, yeah, I don't know. What I wanted to do, because I also thought it would make a good video, because when we're doing stuff, I think that's how I think of if I'm going to go to a game, can I make a good video out of it? And I thought, hey, I'll take the bright line just like the team did last year, and I'll take the bright line up and back. But unfortunately, currently, unless Inter Miami announces some sort of deal, currently the train coming back does not run late enough.
Oh man.
Yeah, here it is. So this would be like if I'm going to from Orlando after the game, right? The latest would be at 8:55. The game is like a 7 p.m. game, I think. So you're not getting to the airport, which the train station is at the airport. You're not getting to the airport in time. So here, Eric says, well, wait, I gotta find it. Where's my cursor? Eric says, Peter, stop line. We all know you're going to the Orlando game. I mean, I might not, because I didn't take a vacation day for the Monday. So that would be the thing, is I would have to in this situation, if I'm staying the night, I'm just going to drive at that point, because then the next day I'll go to Disney. Right. But, so, and I didn't take the Monday off. So that means I would probably be driving back the same night. I don't know if I want to do that, but I've done it before, but I don't know. Haven't made up my mind yet, Ed.
I got you, Peter. I got you.
But wouldn't it be cool to take the bright line up there and back?
Oh yeah, for sure. It would be another great video.
But going into that again, people talk about the bright line being some great thing. Look at the prices, though. Hang on, let's back up. So let's go round trip. Select from. I would get on in Boca, get off in Orlando. Let's say I'm going to do a 1 day up and back. Well, no, I can't do up and back. So let's just say I'm going to go the day before, right? February 28th, right. Saturday, Sunday. Well, no, I couldn't do that. Well, it doesn't matter. Whatever. Just showing pricing. To go there, let's say I went there in the middle of the afternoon. It's $54 to go. The cheap. That's one way. Yeah. That's one way. So let's choose that one just for the heck of it. Select. Continue. And then the return trip is $80. That's an expensive. It's cheaper to drive.
Or take a plane.
I don't know how much a flight is, but it
sounds like you could probably get a flight over there for about the same price, maybe less.
But in that case, it's like, again, it's cheaper to drive either way, because all I'm doing is paying for a tank of gas. It's like a tank and a half, really, to do the up and back, right? And so what, you're talking $60 for a tank, something like that, maybe?
Yeah. That ain't bad. It's doable.
Julio saying that he's going to go to the Magic Kingdom during the game, then go to the game during the game, then go to the game afterwards. I think he means during the day. Good.
Yeah.
Yes, I could definitely do that. Oh yeah, here he is. He corrected himself during the day. Yes, I would do that. I do have an annual pass. I pay for that for that. So, and then Eric is saying, I work from home. You're golden. Yes, I do work from home. So then technically I could work from a hotel or whatever. I could work as long as I have internet, right? But
You can work it. That's for sure.
I don't know. But I definitely want you know what game we need to try to go to, Ed, later in the year?
Which one?
Is go visit a new Weissman up in Atlanta. There's a game in October.
That sounds like a plan.
We should try to go to that game.
That sounds like a good idea. I'd like to go up there, check it out, and it's not too far. Maybe we can get the Julios to go also.
The Julios, they're a tag team.
Yep, all guys. Well, I don't know if your wife might want to tag along.
I mean, my wife, if for example, if I was going to go by myself or something, of course she would want to go. But if I'm going on a guy's trip, she's cool. My wife is really chill. She'd be cool with it. She'd be fine. She's like, she knows you guys. She trusts you guys. That's fine. And so, but again, if I was like, hey, I'm just
we're not
going
to corrupt Peter Brown.
What's that?
We're not going to corrupt Peter Brown. We're not going to corrupt Peter Brown.
Yeah, that time already came and went. I've already been corrupted and come back full circle.
Yeah.
Anyway, so again, Orlando's not going to be an easy game. The last time we played in Orlando, I was at that game. I forgot the exact score, but I think it was like 5-1, something like that. There was no Messi, so they beat up on us pretty bad. I remember getting heckled quite a bit at the stadium as I was, trying to get out of the stadium and all that. A lot of heckling, which was kind of fun. So, but no violence like in Ecuador.
Well, that's for sure. But you had the last laugh. I mean, they've never been champions. We've been in the league less time than they have, and we've got a star, and they don't.
So if we go to the Orlando game or something like that, don't wear a jersey. I've got like the Champions T-shirt. Just wear the T-shirt, then just point to it. Go.
Point to the star. Yeah.
Point.
Oh, I got to get me one of those.
Yeah, I haven't bought that yet. I didn't. We didn't even like. What is your here? Let me pull that up. I have that. Nope, not that one. What is your thoughts on this jersey? We talked about the jerseys last week, but what is your thought?
Yeah, it looks it's simple, but I like it, man. I think it's really sleek. It looks cool. I like the material, the way it looks, and I like collars, man.
I like the collar.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty sweet, and I can't wait to buy it.
For a simple shirt, it's not bad. It's just a simple shirt. So, yeah. Julio is asking, do we play Orlando? Do we play at Orlando during the regular season? Yes, next Sunday.
Yeah, next Sunday.
That's the game. And then later in the year they will play down here. So we'll play them twice. So Noble Protocol says he just got his jersey yesterday. Mike V says take any of the old jerseys and have the star embroidered. Yeah. Definitely can do that. Yeah. You can take it to the stadium and they'll put the star on there for you. It's not embroidered, but it's that heat applied stuff. They'll get it on there for you. King Jasper saying, waiting for a vibrant palm tree pattern kit. Here's hoping. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of wacky jerseys this year that kind of like print on the shirt. I'm not a fan of, but it feels like this team, at least so far, just wants to have like clean looking shirts.
Yeah,
like all the shirts we've had have been pretty clean looking. Like there's not a lot going on with them. That might be part of their plan. I don't know. Seems that way.
Yeah, less complication, probably cheaper for them to make, and
That's
they'll
not
make
that
more
way.
money
That's
off
not the price. That's Adidas is paying. That's all the other teams are
it.
doing it. So that's not the reason. Um. Oh, Julio says, "Isn't this Sunday preseason, or am I confused?" No, I'm calling this Sunday preseason, but it is the real season. So it's the preseason for the Champions Cup,
Right.
but it is the
Which
real
is
MLS season.
the Champions Cup is where it's on, and that's what Jorge Mas has said. We're going to win. We need to win, and by golly, we're going to do it, Peter Brown.
And Boss Daddy says he should go. I should be going to the Orlando game. I'm 15 minutes from the stadium. Oh, awesome! Yeah, do it. I was looking at tickets. They're not. They're not. I mean, you could get a decent seat for like under $100. So
It's doable.
we should think about it. We should think about it, Ed. What else? What else we talking about tonight, Ed?
Well, we know they're going to have that friendly in the middle of the week. I think it's kind
When
of a
is that?
waste, but
When is that though? What day are they doing that?
I
This
think it's
week?
Wednesday.
This
Yeah,
Wednesday? Oof.
yes, Wednesday.
Oof.
From what Eloso Marco was telling me, apparently they have I guess signed for it. There's money
Oh,
involved,
of course.
um, and so they kind of have to do it. And what's his name? Marco was also saying that from what he knows from his contacts, the one of Messi's brothers is one of the guys that's helping organize it,
Hmm.
and was one of the guys helping organize games, some of the other games. So just some another way for them to make some money, some more Messi money.
Yeah. They're cashing. I was just looking through their website, just trying to figure out. I mean, they put a story up a while back saying that it was rescheduled and all that. I just didn't remember what day it was rescheduled to. Um.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs
it's
does ask
Wednesday.
an interesting question. Why are we playing an Ecuadorian team in Puerto Rico?
Apparently, they wanted the game in Quito, but Quito's too high, and for some reason, I guess the Puerto Rico thing was a good idea, so they decided to just play that game over there. And Bad Bunny, yeah, he'll probably be there.
Yeah, maybe.
He
Um,
can sing halftime.
I'll tell you one reason. Let's say they wanted to put a game in Puerto Rico, right? Bring Messi to Puerto Rico. Maybe that's part of the plan too. And there is not a good enough team in Puerto Rico currently to play against us. So you have to import a team. There's been professional
Yeah,
clubs in Puerto Rico at different times, but there hasn't been one that I'm aware of in a while. Remember the Puerto Rico Islanders back in the
yeah, they were a good team.
the
Yeah,
USL and NASL days? Oh, here, look.
that was a
Oh,
good
yeah,
team,
Mr.
man.
Krabs was actually just asking that question. Do the Puerto Rico Islanders no longer exist? No, they do not.
That
I'm
was a
not even
good
sure if they
team.
have a
Sorry to hear
professional
that out
league of
there.
any kind.
I don't think they do anymore, and the fact that they have to import a team from a different place must mean something.
Yeah. Um, Looking at more comments, King Jasper is saying 2 individual blunders that can be fixed, 1 defensive breakdown. Herons should have scored twice, so we got this. Yeah. Okay. Going back to the game, the one thing like I would say to everybody is just relax, right? It's like if you read on Twitter, everybody's ready to fire Mascherano, replace St. Clair. All the defense, all the new players that you brought in on defense are bad. Everything, burn it all down because we lost one game. And yes, it was a bad loss, but against a very good team, and it's early. So calm down. It's one game. They've got a long time to fix this. So Eric Thomas is
Yeah, I'm
saying,
not too worried.
yeah. Eric Thomas is saying we should ask Yankee Boy about the state of Puerto Rico, soccer in Puerto Rico. Yeah, he's the guy that would know. He's the man that would know. And he didn't call in today, so but
Why?
I can always reach out. So relax, Ed.
Yeah, and I think we'll be all right, man. I think we're gonna win in Orlando. I don't think they're that great right now. I mean, I think they're still getting to know each other, so I think we got an advantage there. Plus, the stadium's named after a team.
There you go. And when I was there last, I mean, I'd say a third of the fans there were Inter Miami fans. There was a huge contingent of Inter Miami fans at the last year's game. That one thing I will respect for LAFC though is you did not see many pink shirts at the Coliseum. They supported their home team very very well, and the announcers had said that Inter Miami was booed when they came out for warm ups, which they should be. I mean, if you're in enemy territory, you should be booed. And so that's good.
Yeah,
I respect the LAFC fans for showing up. I mean, it's kind of cool when we go and play in another city and you see so many pink shirts. It's kind of cool, but it's better for the soccer. It's better for the sport for the local team to have that kind of, just think about the LAFC is basically the replacement for Chivas USA. Chivas USA, man, that they would 20,000 seat stadium would have been half empty.
yeah. It's just that whole branding thing didn't work. I
Didn't
mean,
work. So
we could have possibly had a Barcelona
we
in
almost did.
Miami,
We almost did.
and that probably wouldn't have worked, man. So I think we looked out.
Yeah.
LAFC looked out, changing the name or whatever
Yeah,
they
all new
did.
owners, all new project. They just got the spot, Chivas USA spot. But I think a lot of those fans at LAFC were Chivas fans. I mean, so, I think they moved over and then obviously gained a bunch more. So
Right.
which was
That's
pretty.
what happens.
Yeah,
That's right.
exactly. I mean, they've done it well. They've done a really good job there, LAFC. So respect to that. But anyways, yeah. I mean, watching Orlando again, it's kind of hard to say is Orlando a good team or not. They didn't look good in their first half of the game against Red Bulls, and they looked better in the second half. But how good are the Red Bulls? I don't know. I mean, I've only so time will tell. So we hopefully can get a win in Orlando. I would think. I mean, you would expect there to be some.
Yeah.
Jay Vasquez is mentioning that Miami needs to have some urgency as every team gets up for Miami. Only have 3 weeks to figure things out for CCC. Exactly. That is the thing. But if you're gonna tinker, let's tinker next week. Let's tinker. You know what? I forgot that they have that Puerto Rico game. So put Ayala as a starter in that Puerto Rico game. Let's mix things up in that Puerto Rico game to then see what makes sense for the weekend.
Makes sense for me. They should do that.
Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs says he just hopes Messi plays in Orlando for once. Yeah, just to shut them up, because they constantly are saying that Messi's scared to play in Orlando, which is silly. But
No, he just doesn't want to play there, man. I mean, what's there? I mean, the only reason why he wants to go is to go to Disney.
exactly. So, anyways, all right, Ed. I got nothing else other than
I
Boss
think
Daddy
we're
is
good.
saying that Orlando's goalie is St. Clair's competition for the Canada goalkeeper. Yeah, both teams got a Canadian goalkeeper. I saw
Yeah.
Orlando saying that they have the better Canadian. So, I guess we'll
Well,
find
I
out.
guess we're gonna find out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll find out. All right, Ed. What's going on with you? We got anything else going on?
But for now, I think that's it. We did have a Spanish show. If you guys want to go check it out, we had it earlier today at 6 p.m. What else did we have? I think we did a short also, a kind of a preview of the game that we put up. I also have a Spanish version of the. If you guys checked out the Barcelona in Guayaquil game. I had a Spanish version also. It's a little bit different. If you know Spanish, go check it out. And that's about it. I
All
think
right,
we're
stepping up the
good.
Spanish content, which is good.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, we hope a whole new season. So there's going to be content in every language. Peter Brown.
Every language? We speak Creole,
Yeah,
or what do we?
English and Spanish. That's it.
Oh, you said every.
Well, that's
How
always
are
good.
you at accents? Can you do like a Jamaican accent? Can we do like a Jamaican show? How are you at
No, that's not
accents?
gonna work.
Can you
Terrible at accents.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
All
not
right.
gonna work.
Oh well. All right, we'll just stick to English and Spanish, I guess.
Sounds good to me.
All right, everybody, we're going to wrap this up a few minutes early. Everybody, thanks so much for watching. If you want to click that join button, we appreciate it, and become a member of the channel. Help us afford these away trips.
Yeah, we plan on doing a few more, hopefully.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. See you next time. See you, everybody.